Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Miss Jessica Fallico, the voice behind Runner's Belle Fontiere. Thank you so much for being here tonight, Jessica. It's a pleasure to have you on my show. How you doing?
Oh, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, it's really been fun interviewing the entire Runner cast thus far. I haven't really spoken to Celeste and Robin yet, but I hope to do that in the near future.
Amazing.
Okay, so...
you gotta pin her down.
Yeah. Anyways, before I get into some actual questions, since my subscribers may or may not be familiar with Runner, if I could please ask you to give a brief description of the character that you play and an impersonation of your character, if that isn't too much trouble.
Of course. Well, Runner is set in a futuristic world where gaming is a commodity and the gamers are the elite and wealthy people of the world. And Taz Corp is the biggest company that runs this conglomerate, and Belle is the head of Taz Corp, and she is arrogant and edgy and feisty and fiery and takes no crap from no one.
Yep, makes sense, makes sense.
Fun character to play, yeah.
Yeah. So if we hear a brief...
Well, an impersonation of her, well, the go-to line that sums up who she is really is, you'd be surprised what people would do to be number one.
Yeah, that actually does sum up Belle pretty darn well. Yeah, but anyways, my first question is, what do you enjoy about the character that you play?
I really do like that she is no nonsense and she completely is who she is unapologetically. Even though she goes too far with it, don't get me wrong, she pushes the boundaries of being unapologetic, but I really like that she owns who she is and she says how she feels, and that's a quality that I think we all need to take on a little bit more.
Yeah, that is definitely a very good quality. Okay, so how long have you been a voice actress for?
Well, professionally, this is actually my first professional gig with Runner. I've acted for a really long time. I've acted since I was 9. So voice acting just seemed like a natural progression, and it was always something I was interested in, and people always told me that I should get involved in it, but it never really happened. It never really fell into place until this opportunity came up. It's, the first, and it's been a blast.
Oh, really? Really? You've been acting since you were 9?
Yeah. It's a long time. I'm actually like in my 30s, so it's actually quite a long time.
Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, it's got some experience, I would imagine.
No, I've done a fair bit of stuff, and I jump all around the place. Everything I do is creative. I direct and I write. Yeah.
Oh,
it's great.
Oh yeah, that's right. It mentioned on your website that you're a director. What kind of things have you been directing?
I direct mostly musical theatres. I've directed a production of Legally Blonde and Shrek the Musical, and we just did Mamma Mia last year. Before all the theatres shut, it's been devastating, but they're coming up. I'm excited.
Yeah, coronavirus has definitely screwed things up, but once things settle down, I wish you luck with all that stuff.
Thank you. Could be worse.
Yeah,
all right.
It's true. My next question is, what other films or shows have you actually starred in over the years?
What have I been in? I was in Event Zero, which was a film that was actually based on a web series, so it started as a web series and then became a film. And it was wonderful. It's about sort of a coronavirus type situation where I'm actually like a terrorist that drops a poisonous gas on a train and it spreads around the city and stuff. So it's a really cool dystopian sort of film, sci-fi. I've done a lot of little bit parts, like on All Saints, which is an Australian hospital drama. I did Farscape when I was younger. Done a lot of little bits and pieces here and there.
Wow, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Like I said, I'm an amateur voice actor because, this is kind of like my first voice acting thing with Analyst. I play a very small role. I play a character named Kobe, and he is essentially the best friend to Devin Brooks, the main character of Analyst. But yeah, the reason I signed up for voice acting, I mean, like I said, I'm an artist, so that's kind of my specialty with the project, but I've been doing a YouTube channel since the better part of 2016, so I've always gotten these compliments that I sound like a sports commentator or radio host and whatnot, so I figured, I'm an artist, so, with all these compliments, may as well just try my hand at it.
Exactly right. Everything crosses over into everything, and when you're creative, I think you can have a lot of different fingers and a lot of pies and do a lot of things, and that's where you do have a great voice for this sort of stuff.
Oh, yeah, thank you. You're not the first one who said that, but yeah, I mean, it's also something else to do in the midst of this pandemic when everyone was locked up.
Yeah, absolutely. You gotta put your time somewhere.
Yeah. What other? No, sorry. I almost asked the same question again. What's your favorite film and why?
Oh, that is a big question. I have so many favorite films, but I think my go-to answer for that usually is Pay It Forward. It's a really lovely drama, and it's about how if one person helps three people and those three people help three people, then it's exponential growth of human kindness and how the whole world can help someone and do an act of kindness. And I think it's just lovely.
Yeah, I can imagine it kind of sounds lovely. That's kind of what we need these days.
It is exactly what we need these days. But it is a hard question. I have so many favorite films. I like Shawshank, I like musicals, I like satire, I like Spaceballs, I like everything.
Yeah, sci-fi has kind of always been my thing, so for me, my go-to movies would easily be any of the Star Wars movies. I like the sequels personally. The prequels are the best, but the sequels were decent in my opinion. And of course, there's also Wall-E from Disney, but one of my absolute favorite films would have to be Pacific Rim. That's always a really good one.
Oh, cool. That was filmed in Australia, some of it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wait, it was? Yeah.
Yeah. One of my friends was an extra in it and he had a blast.
Oh, wow. So lucky.
Yeah.
Because I've seen clips of like the sets and whatnot with like the robots, the people doing the combat. I would pay to do that. 100%.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
It's not a hard place to work. It's pretty fun.
Yeah. So what's your favorite part of being a voice actress for Meta Runner?
Oh, well, probably my favorite thing is actually having worked with the brothers and seeing what they've done with this model. I'm pretty in awe of them and their determination and how hard they work and this amazing team that they've brought together, and everyone really is so invested in the product and making it the best it can be. And yeah, it's just an amazing team to work with, and they're churning out such wonderful material, and the quality is just so beautiful. I'm just really proud of everything everyone's achieving.
Yeah,
really cool.
I can likewise kind of say the exact same thing about Analyst because, it's still in development, but it's amazing to have all these young adults from like the Philippines, Asia, Europe, and so on and so forth, just coming together to make like this big comic. We've got, obviously artists and VAs because we'll be doing a dub on YouTube when it comes out. And of course there's like composers, writers, video editors, I could go on, but it's just amazing. And the story is so full of like these fun, like original characters. I was actually informed that you've seen a commission from a friend of mine, Jasmine, with Belle in the middle and a bunch of like characters beside her.
Yes, yeah. I've seen a lot of fan art. It's just beautiful. People are doing such great work.
Yeah, that's kind of the art director of our company, so to speak, and she is a gem to work with. Very good friend of mine. And yeah, again, there's just all these original characters like Jasmine and Ori who are on Belle's left, and then there's Albert and Roy on her right. And I've actually kind of got a fun little original character of my own who's shown up in this story. I named him Reginald Hadfield, and I actually wanted him to be different than the other characters because not only is he not a meta runner, so he doesn't have a bionic arm and whatnot, but I just wanted him to be different because, everyone in this society of meta runners sets out to be number one, to make a name for himself, and Belle embodies that society perfectly, does she not?
She does, absolutely.
Yeah, so I figured with Reginald, I was like, what if he never set out to be famous? So one thing leads to another, and eventually he becomes like this widely known figure, like he's like the number one Belle'S player in the entire world and the host of a show very similar to Last Week Tonight with John Oliver, which I've been binge watching all throughout the pandemic.
Amazing. I love his name. Reginald Hadfield is just a great name.
Oh, thank you. But
fantastic.
with Reginald, again, I really like the character of Belle. Like, I like how she was portrayed and whatnot, and so I figured, I wanted Reginald to be the opposite of Belle in ways different from Tari, because, Belle's essentially the show's anti-hero.
She is.
Yeah, that's just, like, he's just more benevolent, to him, it's not really about, like, the glory and whatnot. He just wants to entertain his fans.
Oh, that's great. He's easy to love then. Belle can sometimes be not so easy to love.
Yeah,
but you still love her.
Yeah, speaking of which, if you're all right with it, I thought it would just be this fun little idea to spice up his character a little bit by giving him and Belle like this big rivalry with each other, so they're just constantly bickering with each other, fighting, so on.
Go for it. Be creative.
Yeah, I guess that's the visceral joy of all this stuff. But anyways, I've drifted off topic a little bit. My next question is, what made you want to be a voice actress?
Well, I just do really like anything creative, and as long as it is in a creative pool, I am happy to jump in because creativity and storytelling is where my joy lies, and that's where I go to. So yeah, it's creative and it's fun, and I love doing characters, and I love connecting to emotion, and I love storytelling.
Yeah, that's always a really good thing to enjoy. And, I've got a couple more questions. So, let's see, is there any kind of particular tips you have for being a voice actress, actually?
Always warm up.
Yeah.
You have to warm up, and you have to drink lots of water. You have to hydrate.
Okay. Yeah, hydration, always essential.
Yeah, I mean, they're boring things, but they're completely logical. You have to make sure your instrument's warm, which I've got a frog in my throat at the moment because my instrument is not warm, and you have to hydrate.
Yeah, I actually recently got a rather new microphone because I had this crappy one from Walmart just because, I'm mainly using it for like YouTube and such, but the voice acting director, Ori, he recommended me like this awesome microphone, and I'm willing to put it to use. But
great.
man, I can imagine it's fun being a voice actress, getting to do all this stuff. And then, of course, like I really enjoyed Meta Runner voice actors read memes. That was hilarious.
It was a fun day.
Yeah. Like, for whatever reason, I could just get like this picture-perfect image in my head of Belle saying like, "Fuck, what the hell?" And like my absolute favorite part was when she catches Tari and Theo reading her diary. That was just, oh man, I could watch that forever.
I went a bit crazy that day because I was so in Belle's headspace for so long, and she's so, she can be quite an angry character. She's very impassioned.
Yeah,
so I became very intense and yelly that day.
Yeah, it's all right. But speaking of which, I actually happened to make like a short 30-second like animatic of that.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I
think I've seen it. Yes, the diary one.
Oh, you have seen that?
I have. It's amazing.
Oh man, did David actually send you that?
No, I think I've just stumbled across it somewhere. Maybe David did send it to me at one point.
Yeah, man's an absolute G. Like, it's cool that you've actually seen that.
No, it's great. It's funny.
Yeah, I used to.
There's so much fun.
Yeah, I used to do like Lego stop motion animations on like the earlier days of my YouTube channel. So it was just like rearranging little Lego figurines. But so the concept's not all that different. It's just it's a little bit more complex, drawing all like the frames and such.
Yeah. Amazing. It's really good work.
Yeah. Anyways, my final question is, how did you hear about Meta Runner?
There was a call out on Facebook on a voiceover company that I was following, and they did a call out for the audition, and I auditioned. I first of all auditioned for Theo, and then I auditioned for Tari, and they kept coming back to me and saying, "We love your voice, but it's just not quite right for those characters." And eventually we landed on Belle, and it's been a blast.
Yeah, I can imagine it's always, I imagine that's being fun, just just trying different characters and eventually finding the one that suits the said voice,
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I think that's kind of all I wanted to ask you. So thank you so much again for being here tonight, Jessica. It was a pleasure.
Oh, it's such a pleasure. Thank you so much for having me. It's over. You've lost. Concede defeat, or I'm really going to enjoy what I'm about to do to you.